The secret of Saturn in astrology, guys. Saturn's secret. So this is the 200th video of Purab's universe. So this video is going to be special because we have hit the double century together. And in this video, I'll be giving you out the secret of the planet Saturn in astrology. So stay tuned because in this video, there's not going to be a time limit. There is not going to be any formality. It's going to be a heartfelt conversation, and I hope that you guys will love this 200th video of Purab's universe. So I will start this video again in my signature style. So are you someone who has been vocal about your plans, or you have been planning to do something at a particular point in the future, and when you have been trying to execute that plan, the moment you have disclosed that plan to anybody, let's say a friend, let's say a family member, or your boss or anybody superior to you, immediately the plan becomes sabotaged. The moment you open your mouth and the moment you talk about your plans, that you're planning to start a business, or you're planning to buy a car, or for that matter you're planning to get married, problems starts coming. So if you want to know about the secret of planet Saturn, which is Saturn's secret, then first you have to subscribe to Purab's universe, guys, because only if you subscribe to Purab's universe you will get access to such different content, Saturnian content. Wow, Saturn is blessing me. And after watching this video in its entirety, if you have liked this video, please hit the like button. If you have disliked this video, please hit the dislike button, but show me your genuine reaction, guys. So hey guys, what's up? For the 200th time, I hope you guys are doing great for the 200th time, and I welcome you back to Purab's universe a million times, because it's going to be more than a million videos that I'm going to create before I die, guys. So I'm just kidding. I don't know what is destined, and I pray to Saturn that he allows me to complete this video, and I pray to Saturn that he allows me to do more videos through my channel and help you guys understand astrology better. So as I was saying, first I will take you through the basics, and I know I do a very pathetic job when I talk about my board and the drawings and my handwriting, but please bear with me because I am a very bad student, and this habit continues to me from my student days, where I have never done or executed things perfectly, even during my engineering and my masters. So I am not going to change, guys. I am a Capricorn Saturn in the 10th house. So Saturn Secret, right? So this is our dear teacher, the almighty planet Saturn, right? And let's imagine that this Saturn is placed in a respective and particular house of your horoscope, right? Now we all know that Saturn has the third aspect, Saturn has the seventh aspect, and Saturn has the 10th aspect in astrology, right? So wherever Saturn is placed, it will be looking at the third house from it. So let's say, for example, Saturn is placed in the 7th house, it will be looking at the 9th house. So the 7th aspect would be falling over the 1st house from the 7th house, and the 10th aspect would be falling in your 4th house, right? So similarly, wherever Saturn is placed in your horoscope, it will definitely aspect the 3rd house from it, the 7th house from it, and the 10th house from it. Now that's clear, right? Now there are two positions of Saturn in your horoscope, right? One position is the placement of Saturn in your birth chart or your natal chart. So let's say Saturn is placed in the 4th house, then whenever somebody will ask you, where is your Saturn placed, you're going to say that Saturn is placed in my 4th house, right? The second placement of Saturn is the transiting Saturn, right guys? The transiting Saturn. So Saturn is not a planet which is stuck in one house in your chart. He is transiting through the 12 Rashis over a period of 29.5 years or more than that, plus or minus, guys. So the transiting Saturn is also posited in a particular house in your horoscope. Let's say Saturn is transiting now presently, it is retrograde and it is in Capricorn. So let's say Saturn is transiting through your 10th house. So 7th house placement in the natal chart and 10th house placement through transit. So I hope it's clear till here, right? Now we have to understand which are the houses that Saturn signifies. That is, Saturn is the significator of which houses in astrology, right? So fundamentally, Saturn is the significator of the 6th house along with Mars, because Saturn and Mars both are combined significators of the 6th house. Saturn is also the primary and individual significator of the 8th house in your horoscope, and Saturn is also the individual and primary significator of the 12th house of your horoscope, right? Now we will not take 6th house into consideration because Mars has a higher gravity and a higher efficiency in the 6th house, right? So we will only talk about the 8th signification of Saturn and the 12th house signification of Saturn. And the 8th house is sudden transformation, secrecy and involvement in occult and mystic things, and also in a mundane sense it is insurance, it is your in-laws, it is the dowry that you get which you should not take, right? It is also longevity, and Saturn is also the karaka of longevity, right, in the birth chart. The 12th house is the house of expenses, jail, hospitalization, rehabilitation, and also your expenses, and it is the house of your bedroom, your private life, the life that is the area where no one can see you, correct? So now, having said all these things about the basics of Saturn, what I am trying to indicate here is that Saturn likes privacy. Saturn likes secrecy. Saturn is the outermost planet in our solar system. So it wants to be alone. It doesn't want to be highlighted. It doesn't want the credit. It will deny the credit. And its primary motive is that it has got a ring around itself. So it doesn't allow anybody to come close to it unless you have passed the test of Saturn, that is the rings, right? Now, whenever Saturn is transiting in your horoscope through a particular house, it will trigger initially problems in your horoscope. So if Saturn is transiting through the 10th house, which it is currently through the 10th zodiac sign Capricorn, it will create problems in your workplace, with your bosses, in your career, in your status and reputation, right? Because nobody will tell you the secret that whenever Saturn is making a transit through a particular house in your horoscope, Saturn rules two Rashis in the zodiac sign. The first Rashi is Capricorn and the second Rashi is Aquarius, right? Now, Capricorn is all about the natural signification of Saturn, where it is very hard taskmaster and it is going to be old school and it is going to cause delays and anxiety and tension and boundaries, and it is about the law and order, and it is about that old person in a village, an 80-year-old person who is exercising his authority and asking people, you're not supposed to do this, this is not allowed in our culture, this is not allowed in our society, you can't do that, you cannot do a social marriage, you cannot do you cannot do an intercaste marriage or an inter-community marriage. So that is the Saturn in the Capricorn, which is like authority, it is exercising itself. And Saturn does better in Aquarius because it is the Mool Trikon sign of Saturn. It is happy to be here, so there are relaxations, and Aquarius is all about fulfillment of desires and gains. So primarily a transiting Saturn, whenever it is hitting a particular house or sign in your horoscope, first it is going to give you Capricorn results for the first half of the transit, and then it is going to give you Aquarius results for the second half of the transit, right? So this much is clear. Now coming to Saturn's secret, I am going to make a series of videos where I am going to discuss about the secret of Jupiter and Rahu and Ketu and Mars and Sun and all the other planets, but I am starting with Saturn, guys, because he is the planet who has blessed me so much in my life that I am showing my gratitude to the planet Saturn by starting with him, right? I am sorry, Sun, I know you are the most important, you're the king, but for me Saturn has really blessed me. So I revere Saturn, right? He has taught me a lot of things in my life. Now, what you need to understand is that wherever Saturn is placed in your horoscope and wherever Saturn is aspecting the houses which the Saturn is aspecting in your horoscope, in your natal chart as well as through your transit chart, you should be very secretive about it. You should not disclose the details of your involvement in those houses. So let's say Saturn is transiting through your 10th house, right? And 10th house is all about your career, your status, your fame, and your promotions and your bosses and your work environment. That's the 10th house. You should never show off your status. You should never discuss about your position, that you are a senior manager or you are a director or a chairman or whatever position you are holding in the company. You should be like a slave and a servant, and you should be very secret, because it is the karaka of the 8th house of secret and the 12th house of privacy, guys. So here Saturn, when it is transiting through the 10th house, whatever promotions you get, whatever laurels you get and whatever appreciation you get in your workplace, you should be tight-lipped about it. You should not come out and post it in social media. You should not put it in Facebook, Twitter and WhatsApp, because that's the third house activity, and Saturn is transiting through your 10th house. Now, third house and 10th house have an inimical relationship, right? Saturn is 8th away from the third house, so it is negating, or it is asking you not to post your success, right? Now, from the 10th, that is the transiting Saturn from the 10th house, it will be aspecting your 12th house. So you're not supposed to discuss your bedroom life, your privacy with your wife, and whatever is happening in your personal life with the people outside, because it is aspecting the 12th house, and it is asking you to beware and maintain low profile. Now, from the 10th house, Saturn is going to directly put its 7th aspect, the opposite aspect, over the 4th house of your horoscope. Now, the 4th house of your horoscope is nothing but your home, your property, your parents, your mother, the cars, the vehicles, the conveyances, and everything that provides you nourishment, including your lands and agriculture properties. So when Saturn is aspecting the 4th house, even though it is a transiting Saturn, never disclose how many cars you have, never disclose what properties you have, never disclose how many vehicles you have, or if you have purchased a new vehicle, don't put it in social media, don't post pictures of it, because the 3rd house is again social media, and it is where you are throwing out things in the world, and the 4th house is your home. It's a very private house, and the 3rd house is the lost house of the 4th house. The 3rd house is 12th away. So Saturn is asking you to maintain a low profile regarding your 4th house, and this transiting Saturn will also be aspecting your 7th house of business, partnership, relationships, and your wife or your husband, your spouse, and also the commitments, the legal commitments and the partnership. So Saturn is asking you to maintain a low profile about your relationships, about the nature of the business that you're doing, and also about the expenses of the business, the profits of the business. And it is also asking you to maintain a low profile about your married life. Don't post pictures with your wife somewhere, guys, because the moment you put it, it is going to attract disturbances between you and your spouse. So there is something called evil eye or nazar. So it will easily attract and stick upon you, right? Because Saturn is aspecting the 7th house, transiting Saturn. Now imagine a transiting Saturn is so efficient to give you such restrictions and demanding you privacy from the house where it is placed and the aspects. Then imagine how much strong Saturn would be when it is placed in a particular house of your horoscope in your natal chart. You should keep those aspects of your life very private and very secret, guys. You should not show off. You should not have ego. You should not have a lot of appreciation, and you should not be very vocal about it, because sun is the light, and wherever sun goes, it illuminates. Sun, takes the attention. When the sun is rising, nobody can look upon anything else, because that's the gravity and brightness of the sun, and Saturn is anti to sun. So Saturn's nature and behavior is not like the sun, right? So in this classic case, what you need to do is, let's say in your horoscope, Saturn is placed in the 1st house of your horoscope, in the natal chart, that is your birth chart. So Saturn will be aspecting your 3rd house, it will be aspecting your 7th house, and it will be aspecting your 10th house, right? So I have already explained about the 7th house and the 10th house thingy. The 1st house is your nature, your personality, your confidence, your health, your body, the muscles that you have, and your personality, your intelligence. Don't show off your body. Don't open your shirt and post a semi-naked picture in social media. Your health is gonna become affected, guys. You're gonna attract that evil eye. Don't show that you are a very intelligent person. Don't show off your intelligence, and also don't try to over show yourself, because that's the domain of Rahu and Sun, where it is calling for attention, and also Venus. But Saturn is not like Rahu or Sun or Venus. Saturn recognizes privacy and respect, and also shadow. Now shadow is caused by darkness, and Saturn is darkness, guys. So never show off your body, never show off your personality, never talk about your health, that I am so healthy, man, I can digest any food, and I can lift so much of weights, and I'm muscular and things like that. And this is applicable also when Saturn is aspecting your 1st lord or any other planet in your horoscope, but I'll talk about that later. about Saturn and the fear it gives when it is aspecting other planets. Because this is the 200th video, so I'm going to go all around it, but I'm going to stick to the point. So Saturn will aspect the third house of communication, your younger siblings, your short journeys, right? It'll be a written communication, your Facebook profile, your social media platforms, and anything that you do over through the TV or news channels or through journalism. Now, when Saturn is aspecting the third house, you should not be over expressive and over, posting in the communication platforms, let's say movies or acting, or in the social medias like YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and things like that. But whatever you talk over the social media and whatever you talk over the online platforms, it has to be very true. Otherwise, Saturn is going to punish you. It will take you and put you in some sort of scam and controversy. So you have to be very careful when Saturn is aspecting the third house of your horoscope. 7th house I've already mentioned, guys. 10th house, you should not show off your status. You should not show off about your position. You should not undermine people, and you should not look down upon people. So when you do all these things, Saturn's secret is maintained, guys, and Saturn wants you to maintain the secret because it is the karaka of the 8th house of secrecy, and 8th house is the secret. Like it's riddle after riddle, riddle after riddle. Like you have read this novel. I don't want to name the novel because I don't want to get into the copyright thing. So there is a novel where there is a encrypted message in a cryptogram or something, and one message after the another, left by the grandfather to the granddaughter to identify her reality. So you can guess what I'm talking about. And 12th house is where there is isolation. So it's like an uninhabited island, or it's like a jail, or it's like somewhere where you're not out in the public life. That's the 12th house, like an ashram, inside an ashram. So you have to maintain secrecy wherever Saturn is placed in your horoscope, whichever house Saturn is aspecting in your horoscope. And also, when Saturn is transiting through a particular house in your chart for a period of 2.5 years to 3 years roughly, you have to maintain the same ideology, the same principle, and Saturn Secret will be maintained. And when you're maintaining Saturn Secret and when you're maintaining a low profile, you shall be blessed by Saturn beyond boundaries, guys. Trust me when I say this to you guys. Trust me. So I thank you all for being with me together in this journey of 200 videos, guys. That's really great, 200 videos. And I pray to God Almighty, I pray to my gurus, and I pray to all you people to bless me so that I can continue to do what I'm doing and be relevant, because I don't want to lose the magic and the spirit of astrology and make irrelevant videos. As long as I'm relevant, I'm going to continue making videos, guys. So I hope this video enlightened you. I love you all. This is Purab signing off the 200th time from Purab's universe. Take care of yourself. Take care of the elderly people, the blind people, the handicapped people, the poor people, the orphan people. These are the people who are afflicted by Saturn. And not only people, animals that are handicapped, that are blind, that need shelter, that need saving. That's Saturn. So once you do this, and when you follow law and order, when you do justice, and when you don't undermine the integration and the individuality of a person, and you respect everybody for who they are, and you respect yourself for who you are, Saturn is going to bless you like anything, guys. So that's it for today. Adios. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.